Okay, so now that you went through the beginning of this process of what history through art is going to entail and what to look forward to, and all the great ideas that we have to look forward to in this course, you're probably wondering, well, that was a lot of information, so what next? Well, let me share with you what is going to happen. As a creationist, we are going to start with creation. However, I might start with cave art first for a very specific reason, and I'll tell you that in a little while during the next course. So you got to learn some very interesting ideas today. You also got to learn why we believe what we believe and how scientists are now coming to the conclusion that creation is a possibility. Many of us already knew that. But that's okay. We're all learning and we're all doing this together. As an evolutionist, we may not have changed your mind. We may have. It doesn't matter. We want you to continue on because we're going to have a lot of fun through creation, but then we're going to move on to prehistory, and then we're going to move on to ancient civilizations, which is going to be lots of fun. Now, I want to share with you some of the resources that I'm actually using. I'm actually going to be doing some storytelling because I'm going to be doing this book here, Art in History, or Art in Story, which kind of correlates with some historical events as well. I am also reading this book here that is called How to Read World History and Art. This is a really great resource that I am using. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this information with you, it would be easy for you to go get all these books, but why would you do that when I'm already doing all the work for you? Because there's a lot of information here, okay? I'm using this also, Art and Artists throughout or through the centuries. So this is another good book that I will be using. This is not a Christian-based book, neither is How to Read World History and Art. So you can see that not everything I'm doing is all Christian-y. And I'm not trying to force an idea on you. I'm just sharing my beliefs with other people who share that belief too, but I'm also kind of leaving it open for you, for those of you who are secularists and evolutionists, that you can still enjoy this class and still have fun, because that's the whole point of this anyway. This isn't about an agenda for one thing or another. It's actually about having fun and learning about world history through art. Okay, so look at this thing. Yeah. I don't know if summer is going to be long enough for me. So you can see that I don't really have a whole lot of pictures in this book. Kids, you guys are going like, what? She's really going to read that? Then I also have God and the History of Art. This is a really interesting book. Again, this is going to be something that I'm going to be correlating with our curriculum. And then the last thing I'm using is History of Art, and this goes through creation to contemporary art. So these are all the resources that I'm going to be using throughout this entire course. I am also reading this book here, The Ancient World, A Beginning, and who is using this curriculum, The Story of the World? Because this is a really fantastic series. Susan Wise Bauer, she is an amazing author, and her series are so well put together that it has become a curriculum favorite for homeschoolers. And I am going to probably follow along with this. So if you are doing Story of the World, please, we will be using this throughout the course as well, because there's so much great information in here, a lot of really cool activities, because this is a history class and an art history class and an art class. You get 3 in 1. I thought it would be fun to use this as well. And I may throw in Mystery of History, only volume 1, because that's really the only one that I have right now, because while I love Mystery of History, Story of the World really just captured Tavin's attention. It's really a fun format, and as you can see, Tevin reads this on his own. I don't have to read this to him. This book is so well written for children who at a higher reading level, that they can actually just read this on their own. And that's what Tevin's been doing. As you can see, he's read quite a bit already all by himself. And then I just go through some of the activities and ask him the questions afterwards. And believe it or not, when I go through the activity book and I ask him the questions, this kid knows all the answers. So Susan's doing something right with this program. And I recently was truly, truly blessed with the entire series, the books and the activity guides. Someone blessed me tremendously, and I'm very grateful for that. So those are all the resources that we're using. I'm also doing this. History of art. Again. I know you're all thinking I'm crazy, but see, this is why I'm saying there's so much information out there that, you could put this together if you'd like, but look, you don't have to, because I'm doing it for you. Okay, so, I mean, all this, right? Come on, I'm going to get buried in books here, because this is what I'm doing for you and your children. Take a look at that. Okay? So you can do this if you want. Oh, and we can't forget Story of the World. Okay? So you could do all of this. And then, of course, we need the Bible, because the Bible is key to some of the things that we're going to be doing. Okay? So what's next? Well, you can see that I have a lot of information in front of me, and I'm just going to work through it. And we're going to start with creation and cave art. I think that's going to be our very first lesson. I'm going to combine the two, cave art, prehistoric art, as well as creation, because I've got some really fun ideas for creation. Now, I will be taking some ideas, activities out of the books, but I'm actually coming up with some of my own. I've already written some of the curriculum for that. So, there's going to be lots of fun stuff and little quizzes at the end. It's not required. Remember that. This is about having fun. It's about learning history. It's about learning about art. It's about doing art projects. But it is not a strict format for me. Like, I'm not pressuring you to do anything. You can skip over one thing, but history goes in order, doesn't it? We don't want to, just kind of start with the Revolutionary War. I mean, that would be silly, and then go back to ancient civilizations. So it's best that we just start from the beginning and go from there. Now, how long that's going to take, I don't know, because I'm going to have fun with this. I don't know about you, but I'm going to have fun with this, as you can see, because I got a lot of books I need to read, and some of them are very thick and crazy. We'll add this one too, see? Yeah. So what's next for me? This. What's next for you? Relax and enjoy your summer and have fun and look forward to the first class, because I am going to give that one away for free. And in September, just remember, you're going to have to pay for these classes. So right now, I'm just giving you a great idea of what to expect. Look at all the work that I'm putting into it and why I'm going to be asking what I ask. This is not going to be an outrageous amount of money for you. I promise you that, because as a homeschooling mom, I would love this program myself, and I wish somebody would just give it away. But I would also understand that, when you look at this, that you would say, no, you can't give that away. I mean, this is like $100 of books right here and programs. I mean, this book alone, this is an actual college, book. So, I'm not going to ask a lot of money, and I am willing to work with some people. If you really want this program and you're saying, you know what, I really can't afford this, can you work with me? I will work with you. Please, I want to make sure you just have this. I can't give it away, but I can work with you, and I can do payment plans, and whatever we need to do to help you just to have this program. I just want it in your hands, and I want your children to have fun, and I want them to learn about history in such a fun way. And I have to tell you, through all the art classes that I have done with children, they absolutely have found a love and desire, not just for doing art and painting and crafting. This isn't about crafting. This is about fine arts. And they are thoroughly excited about the classes and what we're learning and the artists. And we've learned how to study art. And then we've gone to a museum and these kids were like, oh, this is so amazing. So one thing I would also suggest to you for what's next, go to a local art museum if you're near one. We are in the Milwaukee area. We're in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We're really lucky because we're right in between Milwaukee and Chicago. So we can go to the Milwaukee Art Museum, which in itself is a piece of art, the building. And we're also near Chicago, where we can go to the Chicago Art Museum and the Contemporary Art Museum in Chicago. That's where Jared and I had our first date, because he knew how much I liked art, and he also knew how much I liked music, and they were having a rock and roll exhibit. That was really fun. So I highly suggest that you just go visit an art museum over the summer and just look at some things. Talk to your children about art and ask them, what do you like about this piece? What don't you like about it? And I'd like you to kind of keep a notebook of that. What do they like? What don't they like? What are they attracted to? What do they just despise? What are they questioning? Like, why is that art? Because they're going to have a lot of questions like that. Because then what I'd like to do is I'd like for you to share those ideas with me, because then we can talk about them and talk about them as a class together. And we can learn why we like some things and why we don't like other things, and why one person likes something and the other person thinks it's yucky, like the Mona Lisa for me. Remember? I don't like it. So, that's kind of what I would like you to do, because then I think during the middle of the course, we're going to go to an art museum again and see what we think about those same pieces after we learn a little bit more about art. And then at the end of the year, in April or May, I would like for you to go to the art museum again after everything that you've learned and see how you feel about art and those pieces that you didn't like. If you like them at that point, you may have changed your mind. So that's what's next. You get to enjoy your summer, and I get to do this, but I don't care because I love it. So enjoy your summer. Look forward to the next course, which will be creation and prehistoric art. That will be the next one and the last one that I will be giving away for free. So you can get an idea of what this course will entail and if you're going to like it or not. All right, so I hope that you do. Please leave your feedback on my Facebook page, and I will leave the link after this video. All right, see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a great summer, kids. Have lots of fun, because schoolwork is going to be even more fun this year. That's if your mom and dad lets you do this course. You got to ask them, can I do this? I really want to do this. You have to tell your mom and dad, I got to do this. Okay, because I got to do this. Okay, bye.